Welcome back, guys. Blender Bench here, and in this video we're going to continue moving forward with texturing these assets. So what I want to continue doing is basically making this wall look like it has a little bit of wallpaper added to it. So what I want to do for that is go to the materials tab here, and let's just grab this same plastic mat, and we can just drag and drop. And one thing I want to do is toggle off the metal rough layers, and then it just leaves us with the color here. And you can see we have the information from the layer underneath. And I want to go over here to add the alphas or textures, and we can just drag and drop a material here. And I'm just going to pull up the reference really quick so you guys can see what I'm referencing, as well as hopefully you guys are doing this as well, and see how this image here has a little bit of texturing to it that basically allows you to know that there is a wallpaper, not just a brick wall or stucco. So we need something similar to this. So what I'm going to do is grab a tree bark grunge material here. So it's grunge map 005, and I'm going to drag and drop this onto the base color. And it's going to change it black and white. And what I want to do is scroll up to where it says projection, change it from UV projection to triplanar projection. And I just want to downscale this to somewhere around here. And we can just scale this closer on the x-axis as well, so we get a tighter squeeze. And what I want to do is basically change the opacity from 100 to something a lot lower, maybe here. And as well, we can change the layer type as well. So change the blend mode from normal. You can double click it and then just middle mouse scroll down to basically cycle through these. So whatever one you want to go with is fine. They all pretty much look good. So I'll choose something, I don't know which one looks good. This looks fine for what I want to do with it, so I'll leave this. And once we're satisfied, I want to right click and just add a black mask. Change the brush from paint to polyfill. And like we did previously, we'll just drag select over the areas we want. And for some reason, if you can't drag select in polyfill, it's probably because it's on black instead of white, so you can't see the layer underneath, so just change it. Just polyfill the ones you need. And we're done with that. So we'll just texture the trim here in a second. So first thing I'm going to do is go to the materials tab. And I could use my favorite material, which I actually will use. And I just want this to be a darker color. So I'll bring it down to oranges, dark orange, brownish color. This looks like a good color that closely matches the reference. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good color. Not too dark. I think we can make it just a tad bit. We could make it a tad bit lighter, but I think this is fine for what I want to go for. So what I'm going to do is go back up, toggle off the material and roughness, and right click, add a black mask, change it from paint to polyfill, and now fill in these areas. I think I'm going to first start off with this wall divider because this entire piece will be the same color as the trim. Now move forward to doing the bottom area. And remember guys, if you guys can't polyfill, it's probably because you're working in the black instead of the white. So yeah, that's how that works. Just drag select. It may get a bit mundane, but it gets easier as you go through, I promise. Because once we're done doing these wall pieces, we're going to move forward to actually doing some furniture, creating some props, plants, things like that. I guess it really depends on you know, how far you want to go with this project. You can take it as far as you want, but taking this into Unreal Engine 5 is going to be pretty awesome. And we're going to do the same thing for this trim. As well as this area for the doorway. And I can always paint over this whole entire section and then just change it to black and redraw over this area so it'll unmask it. So what I'll do is change this back to white, drag select over this entire area, and for the area that I don't want to be you know, dark brown, I'll just repaint over it. Just that simple. Let's make sure we get this trim down here as well. Change it back to white. Let's go back to paint and let's check this out. See how we're looking so far. Looks really good. So let's change the name of this. So double click on the name. Let's change this to trim. Enter. And let's save our Substance Painter file so far.